Hi friends, this is Sundar and welcome to Watcher Solutions channel. Thanks for my views for my previous videos and liking those videos, which are really supporting me to make few more videos on OOPS concepts. I hope you're understanding and enjoying those videos with examples and other things. Okay, so let's recap whatever we have discussed in last videos. So in previous videos, we have discussed what are the different types of languages and what is a programming language and how many types of programming languages, what is a high-level language, and what is object-oriented programming language. And in previous slides, we have seen what is the first topic in the object-oriented programming language, which is nothing but a class and an object. And we saw that it's a class is a blueprint and object is like we will be instantiating or taking it from the or creating it from the class. So class have methods and which will be events for the variables, and it will variables are the state of the object. We can say whatever the state it have whenever we give input, it changes the state while giving it as an output. Okay, so the best example is like if you put the variable water into a ice tray and keep it in a freezer, we'll get ice as a output. So the process it happened to make from water to ice under low temperature. So when it get processed, it changes state. So in this way, we understood what is a class and what is an object. So let's see what are the different object-oriented programming language concepts. So there are mainly four different concepts are divided into four types, which is nothing but an abstraction, an encapsulation, and inheritance and polymorphism. So generally we say these are four pillars. How four pillars are really important to construct a room or a building or flat or an individual house in a real world. It is really important to understand these four concepts before we move further into the world of OOPS. Okay, so let's see what is an abstraction. So how do we do it? So abstraction is nothing but it have an abstract method, abstract class, interface, encapsulation have class or an interface with the access modifiers as default public or specifies like default public, private, protected. Inheritance is like a parent-child concept. Types of inheritance are single, multi-level, and hierarchical. And polymorphism is compile time or static polymorphism, runtime and dynamic polymorphism. So these are the topics, or these are the uh, like these are the inputs which we'll be talking, or these are the topics which we'll be talking in further videos and understand what are the OOPS concepts. Okay, so let's see one by one. So how it will happen. Okay, so here is four pillars. So let's see one liner of abstraction. Abstraction is a process of exposing the essential details of an entity while ignoring the irrelevant details to reduce the complexity for the users. So generally, we don't want to complex ourselves. So we wanted to know what we want. If you take a mobile, like I want to use it for calling, or I want to use it for installing the apps, utilize the apps, or basically see the videos. I want to know how these things will happen as a user, but I don't want how it is happening behind installing the app. Like how is it calling its own server? How is it in working? How the functionality is happening to install? What is it is taking while the process and other things while it is installing, right? So it is irrelevant to me. And for a mechanic, how does app install and other things? It is irrelevant to him for a mobile mechanic. So his main intention will be what are the details that he wanted to know, how it opens and how it, like where are the chip and all the other things. So that's how we learn in detail, how abstraction and what is abstraction. So next important pillar is encapsulation. It is the process of bundling data and operations on data together in an entity. Okay, so the best example what we get is like a capsule when we take it, we take, which will be a part of a medicine. Okay, so the capsule contains some granules, and it will be having a coated sort of thing like a tube in that, and we'll take that. So that sort of encapsulation we can take. One more best example is a human body. So what is the data? The data, we have so many fingers, eyes, nose, and all the other things. So what are the operations? We bend, we fetch something, we walk, we run. So these are all the operations that we do it on a data. So these data and the operations are put together in a body, human body, which is nothing but an entity. So in everything, it is there in a human body. So if we don't have a body to cover, so there is no encapsulation. We can't run, we can't walk, we can't eat, right? So these are very important, which we need to have a data and the operations on the data together, which is nothing but an encapsulation. The other third pillar is inheritance. It is used to derive new type of an existing type, thereby establishing the parent-child relationship. Okay, so inheritance it's a most common example. What we take is father and child, right? So, like whatever the characters, like father or mother, will have son or daughter will become getting, child will be getting it. So, parent, let's assume parent is will be using most of as a left-handed, and like child will also get the same thing, right? So, the other best example what we can take it is like we had a desktop. Right. Previously, before laptops come into the world, like we have a desktop, a separate panel for seeing, and CPU connection and all the other things. So that's what the new existing type we got it as a laptop, right? So where the CPU gone, there is no separate panel for viewing, and keyboard is we inherited from the like desktop, how to see mouse and all other things that we have inherited from the parent called desktop, and laptop is a child, and we take like from laptop we got palm top, and all the other things. So we are getting it from the previous one and utilizing it in here as in a child. So this is called inheritance. So polymorphism, and this is for fourth pillar, last but not least, polymorphism lets an entity to take different meanings in different contexts. Okay, so poly means like many, many forms, which is taken from Latin language. So the other best example is like you being a boy, like you will be like a son to your parents, you will be a brother to your sibling, and you will be a friend to your best friend, and for any of the kids in your relative, you may be uncle, all right? So these are the different forms you will be taking whenever it comes to the different persons, right? So if as a girl, like you will be a daughter to your parents, you will be sister to your sibling, and a girlfriend, and so there are so many forms for a human being, right? So we'll see in detail in further slides, and see what are the best things we can do it. So four pillars are abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. So today let's see what is abstraction. So generally, we say hiding internal details and showing functionality is known as an abstraction. So what do you mean by hiding? Like hiding in general concept is like you will have it, but it whenever it is necessary, then only you will be taking it out, and whichever functionality is there, those functionality will be taken care. So in the other thing is the inter. Or let's take the car, right? Like as we are taking the best example is car. So we as a driver, I'm not quite sure how car starts when I put my key into the keyhole and switch on, right? So we as a driver, it is not necessary, but there is a mechanism, right, where it will be igniting and starting the car. So and as a owner, right, as we discussed, as a owner, so it is not necessary that how functionality will be happening. I'm most interested in having what is the color, do I have the cushion of the seat, do I have any audio, like audio is good or not, right? So this is what I mean, like details will be there, but it will be showing or hiding depending upon the usage. So in Java, we use abstract class and interface to achieve abstraction. Like example, car, printer, mobile call. In a printer, like as a user, I just put paper and I pass what image or which image it should be printing. That's it. So hiding internal details for me is like what is the mechanism of things to take the ink and print it on the paper. It is irrelevant to me. Right, mobile call. So I just take a number, call to my friend, and that's it, right? Like I should be knowing where is the contact list. How should I like search for my friend's number, and what is the button that I should be pressing to call my friend. So internal details, like how it goes to tower, and from tower to service provider and service provider to another tower. So it is irrelevant, right? What is the frequency and all the other things. So this is how abstraction comes into our daily life. Like whichever it is necessary, like it will be hiding, whichever it is, sorry, whichever it is necessary, it will be showing. Whichever it is irrelevant, it will be hiding. So there are different types of things that we can discuss here, like abstract class. An abstract class would be declaring using abstract keyword, abstract method, and abstract method can be placed within an abstract class only, and it would be declared using abstract keyword. Interface created by using interface keyword. We definitely understand what is abstract right now. So these are implementation in Java. Whatever we discussed, it was in general, and these are the examples and how to utilize in Java. We will definitely see in detail in further videos. So let's take a classic example of abstraction. Generally, we go for big malls or theaters where we have a vending machine, and whenever I put some money into the keyhole and press for the number, and if it is sufficient, I'll be getting the respective cola or whatever drink it is required, whatever request I've provided. So the input is the money and the number of the which is labeled on the bottle is the input, and process it will take behind, like it will check whether the provided money is sufficient or not, and the provided number is having some stock or not, and then output will be I'll be getting a bottle outside the vending machine. So this is a mechanism of the vending machine. So whenever I request and gives a cola, I am not I definitely do not need how machine is working behind, right? So this is called abstraction. So it's a very simple slide. What is the difference between interfaces versus abstract classes? We should be understanding the difference, because we talked about two different types of creating a abstraction. One is through interface, and another one is an abstract class. So the example what I've provided is interface vehicle implements a vehicle is nothing but a car or plane or boat, and abstraction is dog, a Dalmatian, Collie, and Black Lab, like whatever different types of dogs we have, so we can extend it. So and another classic example of interface is movement, 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 like moving from one other to other. So let's assume that is an interface, and if we say fish will be swimming, birds will fly, and animals will walk. Whichever animals, like dogs, cats, whatever, human beings. Okay, so that's how interface will be implemented, and abstraction, we will have a dog. So the main difference is interface will have a generic thing, and we will be moving it to the specific objects. But in an abstract, we will have a specific object, and that object will be extended as per our recording. So here abstraction is a dog. Okay, so there we are giving few more things, and additional requirements, additional properties, and whatever we give, and it is named. We are giving a name as Dalmatian. Okay, so I hope this is clear. What is the difference between interface and abstract class? Okay, so abstraction is really simple to remember. Just whatever it is necessary, you need to know it. That's it. And whatever it is not necessary, no need to know about it. Like the best example what we saw is mobile calling, cars. Like we have different types of users of the cars, like cleaner, driver, user. So like cleaner, it doesn't matter how many number of seats are present in the car, how many doors are. He just need to know if car is present or not physically, right? So the other pillar of OOPS concepts is an encapsulation. So let's see what is the definition of an encapsulation. Like incorporation into a class of data and operations into a package. Data can only be accessed through that package, or this is also called in information hiding. So this can be achieved with class or interface. So the encapsulation what we saw is we will keep the data and operations which will be done on the data into one specific body called, and this process is called encapsulation. So what we do for a mobile, like we keep the data, like keypad is equal to 1, signaling antenna is equal to 1, speaker is equal to 1. So these are all the data, right? Chips, and whatever data saving devices, all the other things is called data. And the data operations, like whenever I press a keypad, like it should give one number. Whenever I press a key to call, it should start calling the or sending the signals to the tower which is near to us, and that tower will be going, if the person is near to the specific tower, then it will be directly sending to the tower, mobile. Otherwise it will be sending to the nearest tower, and that nearest tower will be sending it to the respective mobile. So this is how we put into the mobile body and encapsulate it. Like either we put it with insulation tape or screws, or we fit with the screws, or any other thing. So that's what this process is called encapsulation. And in Java world, we can achieve it by using class or an interface. So there are different levels of encapsulation, which will be achieved by using access modifiers, which are mentioned as like private, default, protected, public, and each these four will be uh, defined like is it accessible within a class of a Java class or any object-oriented programming language class, package or inheritance outside the package or outside the package by inheritance only. So there are few more things where it can be achieved at a different level. So this is how we saw, and we will see with one example. Like the best example right now, everybody knows about Facebook, right? So the best example of an encapsulation is in a Facebook, if you keep status visible only for me, right? There are different types of status. So whenever you put status in the Facebook, if I say only for me, then no one can see this status except us. So that is called private access. And default access, if you keep friends, then for status will be visible, our friends will be uh, can see our status, not the friend of the friends. Like let's assume Sharma is a friend of Sundar, Rita and Geeta are the friends of Sharma, right? So if I keep only friends, only Sharma can see my status, not Geeta and Rita, because they are friends of Sharma, not friends of mine, right? So assuming that I did not accept their friend request, uh, right? So protected access passwords, like if you make status visible for friends or friends of friends, then it will be visible. Like the visibility of our status will be increased to the next level, where the friends of my friends can see it, right? So the public access passwords is like if you make public, then anyone on this internet world can see it. Anyone on and off, who are any Facebook. If Facebook recommends your name also, then also they can see go without accepting or sending a request, right? So this is the best example where I can see where we can take it for encapsulation, and these are the levels where we can put it encapsulation. Like we said in previous slide that we information is hiding, right? So if we take what is that information hiding? If we take private, right? So private means like I'm hiding the information, I'm not showing to everyone, right? That is what information hiding. Right. So these are the two main pillars which we'll be discussing in this video, right? And definitely we see what is our inheritance and polymorphism in next video. Thanks a lot. Thanks again for liking my videos and for the views. You please subscribe to my channel, Watcher Solutions. Put your questions and comments, any suggestions, any improvements, any feedback. Please put it in your comments. It will be more helpful for me to uh, provide or implement in next videos. See you soon, my friends. Bye.